US President Donald Trump has called tariffs the most beautiful word in this dictionary. Some African countries might beg to differ. Lesotho was slapped with White House's highest tariff rates in a list released on Wednesday. It means Americans bringing goods in will have to pay an additional 50% import tax. Other countries were hit, like Madagascar with 47% and South Africa 30%. South Africa Minister of Trade says they are now actively working towards new opportunities.
Partnerships for mutual benefit are certainly under threat from unilateral tariff measures. Therefore, South Africa will not be left wanting in this trade tussle. We are actively working towards new opportunities and new markets for our goods and services, and working with partners to see the value of mutually beneficial partnerships. We recently returned from a trip in Japan, which was led by our Deputy President together with a team of ministers. I'm happy to report that we secured in Japan a willing and respectful partner.
So Trump's measures are raising concerns about the future of the African Growth and Opportunity Act, also called AGOA. The trade deal with the US has been crucial for industries like textiles in Lesotho and automotive manufacturing in South Africa. Tom Canetti has more from Cape Town.
Now, Trump has labelled South Africa as amongst the worst offenders, treating the US very badly, in his words, and will incur a 30% tariff. Platinum and other metals needed by the US will be exempt, but the car and agricultural sectors will be hard hit. Now, this is, according to Trump, a balancing of trade deficit from the US, meaning it's trying to balance its imports and exports with other trading partners. And Trump said that American taxpayers have been ripped off over the last 50 years. Now, Lesotho, the small southern African country which exports diamonds and textiles to the US, will incur a staggering 50% tariff. Now, textiles represent 90% of Lesotho's exports, and half of its population live below the poverty line. So these tariffs are likely going to have a huge effect on Lesotho. It will also likely mean the end of AGOA, the free trade agreement signed by Bill Clinton to foster economic growth and jobs in sub-Saharan African countries. These tariffs will go into effect on April 9.